Here we are on lesson 3 for Foundations in Pre-Cal 10, the second part of factoring trinomials where the coefficient of the x squared term is 1. So quick review of what we did last class. When we factor x squared plus 6x plus 9, we need a number whose product equals 9, which is that. And the sum is going to be 6, which is this coefficient here. Okay, so we write product equals 9, sum equals 6, and then we look for the ways of finding the product. So they're both going to be the same sign because we've got a positive product. And since the sum is positive, we know they're both positive. So we could have 1 and 9. That doesn't work. 2 doesn't work. 3 times 3, yeah, if I add that together, I get 6. So that's the way we're going to do that. Let me just finish that. And so our factors are x plus 3 times x plus 3. Factoring this one, x squared plus x minus 12, we want a product of negative 12 and a sum of 1. So we write our product is negative 12, our sum is 1. Since the product is negative, one factor is positive, one factor is negative, and since the sum is positive, the bigger one will be positive. So it's going to be, we'll start with negative 1 and 12. There's one's positive, one negative, but the positive one is bigger. So that adds to 11. That's not going to work. Negative 2 and 6, that doesn't work. Negative 3 and 4. That works. So we're going to have x minus 3, x plus 4, and it doesn't matter whether we write it like that or we write x plus 4, x minus 3. Those are equivalent. Okay, so, there's examples. I'm not going to do them because I just did 2 examples for you. Why don't you try them and then you can just okay, let's do this. So my product is negative 12. My sum is negative 1. So this is going to be x minus 4, x plus 3. My product here is negative 18, and my sum is 3. So this is going to be x plus 6, x minus 3. Now, I'm able to do that quickly just because I have lots of experience and lots of practice with it. But I would use this strategy of listing all the possible pairs to do this. My product here is negative 8, and my sum is negative 7. So this is going to be 1, negative 8, and that's going to work. So I get a plus 1 times a minus 8. And if I multiply that out, I'm going to get my trinomial. Okay, factor these where possible. So for this one, I'm going to factor out a negative 1 first. So I'm going to write this as negative times a squared plus 6a minus 27. And then I want a product of negative 27 and a sum of 6. So 1 positive, 1 negative, 127, that doesn't work. 2 doesn't get me anything. Negative 2, negative 3 times 9, yeah, that's going to work. So that's going to be negative a minus 3 times a plus 9. Okay. This one I can take out a common factor of 2. So this equals 2 times t squared minus 7t plus 10. And then my product is going to be 10. My sum is going to be negative 7. So that's going to be negative 2, negative 5. So this is going to be 2 times t minus 2 times t minus 5. Here my product is negative 6. My sum is negative 3. So one's positive, one's negative. The bigger one is negative. So I've got 1, -6. That doesn't work. 2 times -3 gets me -6, but it does not get me the right sum. So this one is not possible. And for D, I'm going to look for my greatest common factor because that's always the first thing I look for. So I can divide all of those by 4, and I can divide all of these by x squared because that's the highest degree of x that I have. So I can divide that by x squared. And then what do I need to multiply 4x squared by to get 4x to the 4? So if I multiply that by x squared, I get 4x to the 4. And then this is going to be minus 4 times -4, and x squared times x gets me x cubed. And then this is going to be minus 5. And then my product, I'm just factoring this part inside the bracket. So my product is going to be -5, and my sum is going to be -4. So I have to bring down the 4x squared. And this is going to be x minus 5 times x plus 1. Okay, so do questions 1 to 5, although that's probably just like what was in yesterday's class. So if you're feeling confident on that, maybe go through and look for the harder ones and just continue on with the next lesson. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording there and see you in the next video.